Okay, in our last web tutorial, I showed you how to go to how to log into the website and do some basic editing and adding photos. Uh, and you do that by on the front end. There's a front end of your site and a back end of your site. So when you see all the pretty stuff, the photos and everything else, that's the front end of your website. To get to the back end of your website, you go to csvhealth.com/administrator. And what I do is I've got a bookmark for the front end, and I put it on the first tab, and I open a new tab, and then Firefox, but it works in any browser. And so this is what it looks like when you come to csvhealth.com/administrator. You get a sign-in, just similar to the one on your contact page. So you use your username and login password, and you log in. And you can do everything that you can do on the front end, you can do on the back end, plus a whole lot more. So one of the main things I'm going to show you is this is the control panel. And so it allows you to add a new article. This is something you have to do, come to the back end to add a brand new article. It allows you to manage articles, that is to edit them, move them around, change the order of them. To manage your front page, which is similar to managing articles. It allows you to add sections and categories, which you guys don't have to do. Media Manager, you can upload YouTube videos and all sorts of things there. There's the menus. A lot of this is just stuff that you don't have to be concerned about. In fact, most of it's stuff that you don't have to be concerned about. Really, all you're ever going to do is add new articles and manage the articles that you've already got. But what I want to show you in this video is how to track how many hits you're getting on your website. So that's a component that I've installed. You can see that there's a backup component, which we'll talk about in another video. For the most part, I'm going to be taking care of your backups. I do them at least once a month, usually once a week, just to make sure that if anything changes on the site, we've got a backup of it in case something happens. But what I'm going to show you right now is something called PWIC. And a lot of people use Google Analytics, and that keeps track of everything that's going on your website. I use this PWIC with the GymLab content management system because it's way more involved and has a lot more fun stuff to look at. So I'm just going to pull this window down a little bit so you can see the full thing. It takes a moment for it to all start to load up. But you can see the first thing that's loaded here is the last visits graph, and this tracks how many people are coming through on the graph by date. So you can see here on Wednesday, the 8th of December, there were no visits. I think that's the day that I installed the PWIC on your site. So on December 9th, that was a Thursday, we had 44 visits. So we can look at visitors, and that'll tell us a lot more about that day and who they were and where they were from. And we can track, like down here on Sundays, obviously Sundays every week, or Saturdays are going to be low spots for you guys. Christmas Day, you only had a couple of visits. What was this one? Friday, that was New Year's Day, so you can see why. But up here you got 45 visits on your peaks, which is pretty cool. As you move over, there's nothing to report on that one yet. You get a little map here. 71% of your visits are coming from the United States. Yeah, except that they think that Victoria is in the United States, according to our geographic, because this is using geocaching or something like that. We're actually below the 49th, and they count Victoria visits as U.S. visits. So that's not entirely handy, but you can also see, I think, over here, you've had one visit from Great Britain. I think that's part of the U.S. over there. So that's kind of cool to look at. Then you can see live visitors in the last 30 minutes. Today you've had 3 visitors, and between them they've viewed 10 pages. If you come here, it'll tell you where they're coming from. This was a direct entry. That might have been me, probably was. And it'll show you that they went straight to our team. That wasn't me. You've got this one, which is products. This went to products, and come on, my computer's really slow right now. And it went to look at Dr. Maureen Williams. You can't see that; it's just out of the screen there. Another direct entry. You got somebody entered by Google, and this is what they searched for: Cook Street Village, Pendergrass Street, Victoria, BC. Somebody was very thorough in their search. Somebody Googled Cook Street Village, saw your website, and came for a visit. They came to the home page, as you can see, and then left. So they probably weren't looking for a doctor. They may be looking for something more general. But as you can see, you get a lot of direct entries. So people already know what your web address is, or they've got it bookmarked, and you get actually quite a lot of one-page hits, which probably means they're coming to look for the phone number. That's usually the most common thing, or they might be brushing up on the address or something like that. Pretty much the front page is pretty much all you're going to need. This tells you how many, this is a cloud showing how the length of time that your visitors are on. Most are on 0 to 30 seconds. But as you can see, some are here at 30 to 60, but a lot are on 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 minutes at a time, which is pretty cool. The browsers that people are using, Firefox and Safari, are the biggest ones, which is unusual. This is probably just for today, because most people use Internet Explorer. Somebody came on Internet Explorer 6, which is the worst web browser ever created. Just a note. So there you go. Once you're done, you just hit the log out. Come in, have a look around, check your hits, hit the log out, and it'll take a second to log out, and you're back and running with the front end. Have fun. Thanks.